Yo Rana, and welcome to FM Tahiti. I hope you're all doing well. In this episode we've got our very first youth intake for the Rapper ET feral cats. You can see the stars. That sounds good. Well, sounds good, looks good, doesn't it? So what we're going to do in this episode is we'll have a look at the youth, see if we can get them signed up in time to play in our next league game, which we'll also try and fit in this. So it's maybe a slightly longer episode than normal. Over here we've got, I've not looked at any of them yet, but we've got our assistant manager saying this could be a golden generation, and what we noticed in the FM19 version was, because none of our sides have ever had a youth intake in this edited database until now, and because the standard's quite low, every youth intake for the first few years tends to be considered a gold generation, because next season our reputation will be slightly higher, our facilities might be a bit better, so they'll be better than this one, so they'll still be a golden generation, and it kind of carries on. And I've not got a camera on just so we can have a look at the players kind of in full when we look at this, but the one to look out for apparently is the Soli Muavesi, who is central defender. Just looked like he might be alright. So let's go look at the development centre. Beforehand they were telling us that we might have a really good youth defender, and that seems to be what they born out here. If we just have a quick look at height, because I like to sort them by height, he's got 5'3" here. He's probably not going to make it in the squad. But the other end, we've got 6'6", 16-year-old striker called Rick Senit-Tuli, who looks like he might be quite good. But let's do it by this potential first here. Well, eventually we'll get to our star one there. The first one we've got here is Sion Tahi. I mean, he could be alright. Good free kick taking. He's a striker, 5'9". He's brave, determined, works hard in a team. He is fit and his pace is decent, so that's alright. And he's young, so he will improve. Doesn't move into channel, so. Next we've got Fetuani Vea, who is a central defender, 6 foot. Good jumping reach, aggressive, determined. Positioning's 9, so it's almost double figures, and then tackling, heading, and marking are all 8, 9, or 8. So actually, although this doesn't jump out saying he's amazing, for this standard and for a 16-year-old, he's really good. So I think he might get into the team at some point. Then we've got Sole Muavesi. He's a bit short. I mean, at least he's close to 6 foot. That can change. That can increase. The height can increase. Good bounce, good fitness, good decisions, aggression, determination, positioning's almost there. Good tackling. Marking, heading is slightly off, but his marking's not too far off. To be honest, I think the other defender was probably a little bit better, but we could use both of them. So we are losing a defender, I think, in the off-season. They've got right back, Tuafa Fa'apoi. Physically looks quite good there. Determined, good teamwork. He'll probably get into the squad, to be honest. Then we've got this 6'6", 12-stone striker, Rick Senituli. Interesting little soul patch that he's got there. He doesn't look amazing, but obviously he's probably going to be a really good target man because of his height, his jumping reach. His heading is not great, but he doesn't fit the bill for a good kind of striker attribute-wise, but he's tall. We'll give him a place in the team. Helamota Moala. Central defender, 6 foot. Good tackling, good heading. Positioning's a little off, but not far. He could be alright, but I don't think he's going to get directly into the team. Sion Fahina. Nothing currently special, but it'll be a good backup. Sinalau Vehikite or Vehikite. Either is probably wrong. Attacking midfielder centre, free kick taking, good, technique is good, passing could be a bit better, good flair, determined. Everything's kind of getting towards the sort of 8s, so he could improve quite a bit. So we might give him a bit of a go as backup. On the left, got Sole Taviti. Some good mental attributes. Aggression, flair, determination, teamwork and work rate. He's just not particularly good elsewhere, but he also looks ancient. Let's bring him back up. He doesn't look 16, does he? He looks like he's seen some things. On the left, we've got Hemaloto Taliauli. Nailed it. Dwells on the ball, left side defender. I don't know if that's a good trait for him to have there. It's always worth checking out the traits on a youth prospect. Good positioning and teamwork. Aggression is good, which I like. Good fitness, good balance, good pace. He could end up actually playing a few games for us next season, I think. Penny Fa'a Poi, midfielder. Good passing, good first touch. He actually looks like he could be decent. He might become something, but he's 5'3". He's going to be the short arse of the team, I think. Pea Fonua on the left, and again, because he's on the left, we'll probably give him a contract just so we've got players on there, but he doesn't look outstanding or anything like that. We are hitting the kind of dregs, I think. Pene Favalia, again, doesn't look great. Probably not going to get in the team, I don't think. CSC Favea, again, not great. Not great, is he? Pea Senituli, he doesn't look terrible. I mean, he's good. Basically, he's got good set pieces, corners and free kicks. And we don't really play with a central midfielder, but... And then another keeper. What I'm going to do is everyone's going to get a contract. So there are some that look like they could be quite good. Even if it doesn't look like it for this level, they could be quite good. But all of them I'm going to sign up so that the Bass Islands have got more players to call from. So we've got depth, then we don't have to rush out to fill positions. We might not fill them with great players, but we'll fill them with our own players at the very least. And I think they'll do alright. So I'm going to try and get a few of them in and see if we can actually get them into on the bench at the very least, integrate them into the team, get a few games with them, because we've only got 3 games left of this season. We've got our upcoming match against Maoia Island. And before we get to that bit, I should probably just say where we got to. So I think the last match we played was the Puka Puka match, which we won. Then we drew against Maoia Island 1-1. It was a fair result. It was a quite nice even match, that one. Then we beat Maoia 2-1, even though we had Jordan Esaku sent off, but he was then banned for the next match, where even though we went ahead with a penalty nice and early, or early-ish, in the 26th minute, we then lost the lead and they pounded us for the rest of it and lost 4-1. So we're out of the cup. Just gives us these 3 games left to sort of work with. And we've got essentially a 2-point gap between us and second place, but they do have a game in hand. And likewise, fourth place also have a game in hand on us. So we could slip or we could make our way up there. Huahine have had a bit of a slip as well. So even though they looked like they could have run away with it, Manuia could actually creep up on them. So this has become a bit tighter than we thought it would be, but I still think it's a bit beyond us. 3 games, we've only got 9 points. 58 is the maximum we can finish on as it stands. And we are playing, if we just go back again, Meow, Huahine and Skybright. So, what am I doing? There we go. So Skybrights we want to beat to put some distance between us and them, but they are close to us. Huahine are currently top, so they'll be fighting for the title. And Meow are all the way down here. So we've got one, what we'd call maybe easier match, and the rest is a little bit tricky around there. But we're going to play the Meow match next, so I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we're back for the match against Meow. So this is our kind of easier match of the sort of run in towards the end of our last 3. I've sent out all those contracts to those players, and because we've got suspension to Lenny Riviera, he's in with a shout of getting the player of the season apparently, and Sahani Uatahi, I brought in a few players, so I've had to play like a defender, Filami Tuafangaloka, who is a central defender. As a defensive midfielder, he's not very good. I'll probably replace him at half time with someone else, but I don't really have any of the defensive midfielders. That's something I need to sort out for next season. And because Riviera's injured, I've actually decided to bring in our youth player, Vehikite. He wasn't one of the higher ones, but he looks like he might be okay, I think, if he's given it a chance. And then on the bench we've got Soeli Muavesi. I've also got in Hamalota Talia Uli, who's a left back, and Rick Senituli as well as a potential. So we've got a few youth players on the bench and one starting for us. Let's see how they do. We've got some players who aren't particularly fit, but we kind of just have to roll with it. Even with the youth intake, we've not got a huge amount of depth in the squad. We will have a bit of a tidy up, so we'll do like a kind of review at the end of the season once we've done a bit of a cull. Because there are a few players who are leaving, a few players' contracts probably aren't going to get renewed. And like I mentioned with the defensive midfield position, there's a few places here and there we just need to shore up a bit, and I think we'll be alright next season. Ooh, that was almost a really good move from them. Could have cut us apart a little bit there. I think Maoia have got like a Twin Peaks of mountains on theirs, which is why they've got the Twin Peaks forming the M for their badge. Little fact for you there. Oh, chase him down. 7 minutes in there, and nothing horrendous has happened. Just what I like. Let's move that there if I can. No, I can't do it. It just snaps back to that bit, doesn't it? Almost a good ball through there. Bekite, clean tackle. Tionese through. There we go. 24th goal of the season. Doing alright. Apparently there are calls for him to be returned to the national side, because apparently he's been on a kind of national exile since he signed for us. That's a little bit unfair, isn't it? Because he's got 24 goals. Didn't need to see that one again. Funaki with a long throw. Tavita, almost. So he should be beating this team anyway. They are rooted towards the foot of the table, so it's not like they've got much to play for other than survival, I guess, but I'm pretty sure they're probably already in the playoffs, at the very least, after this. Oh, Tihoni almost. Scow. We're doing alright. Hopefully it's nice, gentle, well taken. Chested it down. Oh, picked it up again. He's doing alright, isn't he? And again, good finish. 25th goal for Tavita of the season. So he's not his 25th goal for us because he was scoring for a different side. It was the Jupiters, I think, before he signed for us. But the bulk of them have come from us. But Viakite, the youth player, getting involved there. Having the youth come through is one of the things I love on this long-term save, because it fills out the kind of universe a bit and you get to know the players. And just remember from FM19 having Yannick Janin, who our manager's named after, Semi Gerard, Tamangaro, players like that coming through that became sort of legends for the squad that we picked up on and followed through. Going to Ifangaloka. Too much for him. As the kind of defensive midfielder who's not a defensive midfielder, that was a bit too much for him. And hopefully we get some legacies built here from players like Viakite. Ah, that was terrible. Go on, go long again. There we go, Tavita. Get it in. Jordan, almost. Jordan Esaku. He was a good signing. If we do somehow manage to get into the Euroleague, if we qualify, I'm not convinced we'll do especially well. Because the New Zealand sides are good. The other Tahiti side will be quite good. I don't think we'll have the depth in the squad to kind of compete on that many fronts. Oh, Tony's away. Stole it from him. Get it back in. Nah. Selfish play. And I have told him to be on attack, so it's partly my own fault for that, but... Back across. Tony back in. So in the second half, I might look at the latest results to see what's going on. Ooh, that was quite a nice ball, really. And Olivetti to Ifangaloka, I think, has been given a bit of a nod for one of the awards, as well as his kind of right-wing replacement who comes on as a sub. Actually got Riviera in there as well. We've got a few players who are tipped to potentially get the award, so I'd be disappointed if it goes to one of the others, like one of the other players from a different team, considering how many of ours are connected to it. Parmentier is also another one, our defender. One of the things I'm quite glad about in having Viakite come through attacking midfielder position is, although Riviera's arguably much better and proven, he's also just on loan, and I'm not convinced he's going to come and stay with us. I think his contract's probably going to end up renewed, and he won't want to stay with us for some reason, but it means we've got a replacement at least. Playing well. 12 shots to their 6. Edging it on possession. Tuamotun go on. Olivetti. Oh, Jordan there. He was lucky with that rebound, to be fair. His first one didn't go in. It rebounds back to him off the defender. 7th goal of the season, and again, they're all with us, but most of them are with us. And there we go. Back he goes. Must be the end of the half now. So I do want to bring on some youth players. So what I probably will do is, and this feels a little bit mean, but the defender we've got playing defensive midfield, interesting block. I don't think he's gone the distance he needed to have gone there. Oh, it's 3-1. Maybe we won't. It's from a set piece though. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So for that defensive midfield position where we've got defender in, I might put that youth defender in instead. Playing him out of position for his debut is a little bit mean. It's not what I'd want to do, but I think he can't do any worse than the guy I've got in there already. So Sole Mugavesi is coming on, and we'll stick with this. So now we've got 2 youth players on. And if we can maintain this gap, then I'll probably bring on Rick, the striker. Maybe the left back, depending on what the score is. Good long ball there by Viakite. Got into space. Tony. There. Parmentier deals with that. Viakite has been involved. A good debut from him. Tahiti not quite finishing that one off. Messi gets a touch. First touch we've seen anyway. Tony, go on, you through. Straight at him. The momentum was impressive there. Tony's through, broken the trap. Just not finishing this one off, unfortunately. Viakite is passing nicely into space. I mean, I know I'm probably biased because he's our youth product, we're putting him in there, but he seems to be playing reasonably intelligently. Another set piece. 3-2. If we lose this, if we drop the points, basically, that would also be terrible. Could be in the right back. Can't click on him. No, not the right back, but should have had that. Saku, almost in. Tierney goes long, Saku down the wing. Tavita, oh, that should have been a goal. Should have been a goal. Where is it? Latest scores. So we're interested in Huahin, Sky Brights in particular, and Manuel. Go on, Olivetti, get it in. We're really knocking on the door. Manuel winning, okay. Tavita. Nesaku past him. Well, no, but he gets the pass away. Bit wayward. But we've got it. SQ pushing forwards again. Viakite. That's another assist for Viakite. Just in the hole. Good position to kind of get the ball through. You see him coming up here, just on the edge of the area, picking up that second ball. It's going elsewhere. I don't think the other teams are playing, the ones we're interested in. And another one. We are terrible at defending set pieces. That's 4-3. Plenty of goals. Really dragging out the episode. But, wow. No one picked him up there. Might have to look at how I set up my set pieces, because that was bad. Right, what are we going to do? It's difficult, isn't it? Okay, we need to win, so let's bring on the right winger for Olivetti. Macau. Let's hold on for a little bit. In the last 10 minutes we'll bring on our target man. In it goes. Oh, that was a nice one. SQ at the end. So that's our sub setting that one up. I'm not convinced that was exactly what he meant with it. I think he was meant to try and get it to the centre. But in it goes. Right, we'll make the sub then. Let's bring on Rick Senatuli for Johan, just because Tavita's on a hat trick. I'd be a little bit mean, take him off. That's all our subs. Manuia 5-1 up. And another one. There's his hat trick. Back post. 6-3. That is not a bad result. It is bad in the sense that we conceded 3 against bottom of the table. And it is bad in the sense that our set piece defending was abysmal. But not a bad showing for some of the young players. Well, Akite in particular. And Muavesi has been quiet, which means at least he's not been making mistakes. We've not really seen a striker because he's only had 10 minutes tops, including injury time. So there we go. That puts us still 2 points behind Manuia. 5 points still behind Huahine. Did they play? Must play just beforehand. So it's still tight. So what I'll do is I'll come back for a double header in the last episode, the kind of season finale. It's going to be against Huahine and Skybrights. And I guess technically if we want to win the title, we'd have to beat them both and hope that Manuia drop points and Huahine drop some points. But in reality, I think we need to win both of those games to try and make sure we get second place. And even then, we still need Manuia to drop points. But it's doable. It's not a bad first run-in, is it, for the very first season? But thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in a future episode.